to share with you one key element to enriching relationships, and that is the point of your connection with someone. The way how we connect, as they say, the first impressions matter. The first impressions of today matter. The first impressions of your first connection matter. And that's the focus of your attention, not on how you're perceived or how they're treating you, but how can you give something that is going to be beneficial for that person. Look through their eyes and see that diamond inside them. Look through their body, and beneath the judgment of how it looks lies the beauty of the soul, of the spirit that you can feel, that you can almost touch with your presence. And as you are in presence of that being, connect with them before you say something. Make a point of connection that is a collaboration, that is a union rather than judgment or a reflection of how you appear in front of them. Think of it as an opportunity to connect with someone who you may not know now, but in a few minutes or in a few hours you're gonna find out more about. And think of them as your dear friend, even if maybe in the past your relationship was not as good, but meeting that person is an opportunity to expand into a state that is more beneficial for you as well as for them. If you're meeting someone from your family, and especially if you're meeting someone who's dear to your heart, who's your beloved person, and you had a tough time together, remember the times that you really cherished, because a lot of the time we think of that relationship as a failed one or a not successful one, but actually the majority of it is a successful relationship, and maybe the end is not. And remembering the good things, remembering the positive parts of that relationship will help you to be in a state of appreciation rather than negative judgment. Think of them as your great teachers. Think of these people who trigger you to get the negative emotions as your gurus. These are the most important people who you should pray for and meditate about, because these are the people that reflect parts of you that may not be the best parts that you think you have. Everyone around us and everything that triggers around us is the opportunity to look into the parts that we don't like about ourselves. And that is your inner work. That is our inner work. That is the most important inner work that we can do. So, the connecting point in the morning, how do you meet the person who you wake up with? Do you think of the things that you need to do and you rush and brush off things that are of great importance, such as looking into each other's eyes, such as connecting with your body, because touch is so important for us, evolutionary, to create the feeling of bonding, the feeling of trust, when the hormone of oxytocin gets produced. And in the morning is a wonderful time of refreshed, rejuvenated energy. When you wake up, that moment of awareness and expansion, in that moment connecting, touching each other's heart and breathing through together, looking into each other's eyes, connecting with your head, touching the hairs, touching the fingers, having that little self-massage or giving massage to your partner. That's a moment of connection. You may not have those moments throughout the day, but that's okay, because once you're nourished, once you have a bucket full, you can go through the day as having a solid ground, solid foundation. And by the end of the day, connect for a couple of minutes. Sit next to each other, hold each other tight, connect with your hearts, hug longer, 1 second longer, 2 seconds longer, to view each other, to appreciate, to see little differences versus the day before, little white hair or little pimples that you haven't noticed, and appreciate and love and hug and embrace what you have. Don't take it for granted. Just make those moments of gratitude to appreciate what you already have and where you already are.